Good morning, boys and girls. It is Wednesday, May 27th. I am so glad you're here to join me again. I'm very excited to share with you our friends, our class pets. They are getting so much bigger. Wait till you see how big they have gotten since the last time I showed you. They are so huge compared to what they were before. And see, they're getting much, much larger. You see one kind of, I don't know if you can see that okay in the sunlight here. There's one hanging from the top. And this one at the top is getting ready to do something really cool. He is ready to actually start going into his chrysalis form or to his cocoon. So when the caterpillars are ready to do that, what they do is they go to the top and they attach themselves to the top or underneath of this cloth or underneath that cap, and then they form their body into like a J shape. And so they form their body into a J shape, and they hang there for quite a while, and then they eventually use silk from their bodies and wrap it all the way around to make that little chrysalis or that cocoon. So there's one up there at the top, probably getting close to being ready to do that. There are 5 more still at the bottom. If you can see them, they're pretty active. They're much, much larger than we saw the last time, and again, they're very active. They're still eating, and all that food that they're eating is helping to get them bigger and stronger every day and getting them closer and closer to letting them get into that that phase of becoming or going into their chrysalis. So what I wanted to teach you, boys and girls, is a new word today, and that word is called metamorphosis. Can you say that word? Metamorphosis. Very good. So metamorphosis is a really cool scientific word that talks about how one form, or an insect or an amphibian like a frog, would change from one form to the next. So in the life cycle or metamorphosis of a butterfly, they start out as a teeny tiny little egg. Then what they do is they turn into a different stage, or they change into a different form called a larva. And actually right now, these, even though we call these little guys caterpillars, they're actually in the larva stage. After they have been in the larva stage for a while, I told you they go into that little chrysalis or cocoon, and that would be called the pupa stage. So let me put this down for a moment. If you can see, this is my little picture for you here for you guys. So you see that they first start out as an egg, and then they will eventually turn into a larva, which is what they are right now. And then they'll turn into a pupa, which is the chrysalis stage, okay? And then after that, when they are ready to come out, they will turn into a butterfly. So again, metamorphosis is a big fancy word for talking about the different stages of the butterfly and where they start and where they end up. So that's pretty cool. So, so that's pretty exciting. And then I also want to share with you, if you look carefully inside of this container, do you see all that little stuff that kind of looks like cobwebs? And what that is, it's not cobwebs. There's no spiders in there. What it actually is the silk that comes from their bodies. So they will, again, use a lot of that silk when they're ready to become part of the next stage, which is the pupa stage and the chrysalis stage. They're going to use that silk to help wrap around their bodies to help that transformation from becoming the larva or caterpillar to the pupa, and then eventually turning into the butterfly. So that's pretty cool. So we learned a new word today. We learned metamorphosis, and then we learned some new words of the different stages: larva, pupa, and then of course we know butterfly and we know eggs. Yeah, that's pretty exciting to see how big they've gotten, how much they've grown. It's really cool. So next time I share with you, I'm hoping that some of them will be up in that J-hook, so we can see that they're getting much, much closer to going through the pupa stage and then transforming into a butterfly. Thanks, boys and girls, so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful morning and a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.